a customer is the most important person on our premises.
There
are ideas that are revolutionary.
At the Beige Foundation, one of our core pillars is support for the needy and vulnerable.
I love Beige because it gives you good customer service.
Let me congratulate the Beige group.
The Beige Foundation is the social responsibility arm of Beige. Beige is a financial services provider with business interest in banking, pensions, insurance, and investment. The Beige Foundation was founded in 2010 and has since touched the lives of over 1,000 youth all over the country. It operates with 4 founding ideals that underpins its programs and projects. These ideals cover business excellence, youth development, entrepreneurship, and support for needy children.
My name is Mike and I lead Beige. Beige is a financial services provider. I also founded the Beige Foundation, which is a charity arm of Beige as an institution. YEL, which is the Youth Excellence League, is one of the initiatives we have under youth development. It's something we're very passionate about.
In the year 2016, the Youth Excellence League, YEL, was adored as one of the flagship programs of the Beige Foundation.
My name is Anne-Marie Blackmore, Programs Officer of the Beige Foundation. The Youth Excellence League is an initiative that seeks, identifies, and celebrates exceptional young talents.
This, the League is doing in communities across all the regions in Ghana. This year, the goal of the Youth Excellence League was to reach out to 1,000 outstanding young people in the country. The award was extended to persons in the junior high school levels through to tertiary levels, as well as enterprising young people who are pioneering social impact projects in their communities.
When the Youth Excellence League began, we did a call for nominations and applications through online media platforms as well as the traditional mediums.
Over a lifetime of, say, 5 years, we would want the Youth Excellence League initiative to impact on the lives of not less than 5,000 youth in the country. And for the first year of its rollout, there should be a minimum of 1,000 persons benefiting from the program.
This year, the journey began in the Greater Accra region, where students were celebrated in over 17 schools. The YEL Award comprises a citation and a cash award determined by the level of education of the beneficiary. The Programs Officer of the Beige Foundation, Anne-Marie Blackmore, addressed the students, teachers, parents, and various schools on the need for students to study hard to soar to greater heights. She emphasized the need to celebrate the ingenuity of young people.
What YEL is doing is that it is going around schools across the country, awarding students for their excellence, students that are doing exceptionally well in their academics. We are celebrating them, okay? We believe that you form part of the future of our nation. So there's a need for us to give you a push so that it would inure to the benefits of the country in the right direction.
With smiles and excitement, The teachers, parents and beneficiaries of the Yale Award expressed their gratitude to the Beige Foundation and had this to say.
Atomi Lydia Dote Hato. Nebula Atole Gertrude Hato. Wanda Christoshin, Wanda. There's Foundation she Akamba Fe wa Dromo and Bonito Moneke. She don't harm me.
I'm really proud to be a part of the Youth Excellence League, and I thank Beige Foundation, thank God, I thank my parents and everyone who made it possible for me to receive this award.
It's also an honor for me to be part of the Youth Excellence League because to me, I'm joining an elite society of people who are some of the brightest minds in Ghana, and hopefully we can work together to push the agenda of Ghana's development to the next level.
My name is Mrs. Mabel A. Afa, the principal of the Senior School of Ghana Christian International High School. This is to say a big thank you to the Beige Foundation for the awards given to our students to be part of the Youth Excellence League. We are very grateful. We will assure you our students will keep working harder and harder and will be receiving more of these awards.
At the University of Professional Studies, Accra, the Dean of the Faculty of Accounting and Finance, Dr. Raymond Jiwanu, had this to say about the Yale program.
Let me take this opportunity to thank Beige Foundation for this wonderful initiative, particularly an initiative that takes care of the youth. I want to believe that it will go a long way to really encourage the youth to excel in whatever activity that they are engaged in.
At Espresso DA Junior High School, Kumasi in the Ashanti region, Mr. Edmond Safumenu, a teacher at the school, expressed his profound gratitude to the Beige Foundation and commended his student Godfred Bwachi Yadom for receiving the award.
I'd like to mention one of the extraordinary students named Godfred Bwachi Yadom. He has been an extraordinary student since I took over the class barely a year ago. He has always been progressing through all the examinations that we have been writing, so be it with class exercises as well. And we wish that he continues with his performance without any retrogression. So we thank Beige Foundation for extending such award to our students here in Espresso DA1 and then DA2.
Moving to Abuabo, a suburb of Kumasi, the team met Elizabeth Obosu, a Form 3 student of the Akrim MA Junior High School, whose inspiring story of hard work and determination touched many. Evangelist Collins Akwesinimo, who is Elizabeth's mathematics teacher, had been supporting her education and the welfare of her mother, who has been paralyzed for the past few years.
Going to school has been very tough for me, but now, by the grace of God, some of my mother's friends and family members come here. So when they come, the little money they give out, my mother give it to me. And sometimes too, I go to school empty-handed when my mother is having nothing on her. And my teacher will give me money to buy food so that I will use some to buy food and bring it to my mom.
Elizabeth Obosu is one of the intelligent people in the school right now.
Waya Kolebia, Waya Deapa. Ya bo for anu ashare wababua mema yayem hu bibie and sana
after that I go to school for the morning classes. After the morning classes I will go and buy food and bring it to her in the morning. That's the food she will eat in the morning, and go back to my school. So after a second break, that's around 12, I'll come back again and give her food for the lunch, that's her lunch, and go back to school and learn till 6 o'clock p.m.
What I can say to Beige Foundation is that God bless them. God bless them. Whatever has been their aim, the purpose of their establishment, God should shower His good blessing on that.
I'm happy, and I thank the Beige Foundation so much for giving me such an award.
I'm very much grateful personally, and I know that their parents are equally grateful, because I know how some parents have struggled to provide for their wards, and with you coming in to help,
it will go a long way to push these girls and boys on.
Heading to the eastern region, the Beige Foundation made a stop at a Kropon School of the Blind, where they met Opare Asante, a Form 2 student of the school. Opare is a survivor of the rare medical condition Stevens-Johnson syndrome. This condition caused him to fully lose his vision in both eyes. Opare is focused and has not given up on his education with the help of his guardian, Mr. Eric Asante.
I started my primary education at Suboy Primary, and I fed up then too. When I got to Pieces, that was 2007, unfortunately for me, and I felt sick. According to the doctors, the sickness was called Stevens-Johnson syndrome, and the thing started affecting my eye, so I was going to checkups at Kolebu Teaching Hospital. They did their best, but unfortunately for us, and unfortunately for me too, I was not able to gain my sight. And always it becomes a problem between my mom and my dad. They'll be fighting here and there in the house every blessed day. So later they have to divorce the marriage for everybody to go. And up to date, I don't know where my dad and my mom is. So I decided to come back to the village to stay with my grandmom. When I came, she was there alright, but life too has become tough for her. She cannot take care of me. And I was selling yogurts and sometimes pure water to take care of myself. So I decided to go to a radio station to see whether they can help. I went there and I shared my stories alright. Some people promised to help, but they couldn't. So it was one man, which is Mr. Sant, who helped me a lot now, and I came to the school. So if I get the support of Beige Foundation, it will help me to improve on my education.
One of them say good news. Na Beige for scholarship be man award be. So that's good. And see any that date no soon ya what's more than a member. Na member etanechi. And so me that Beige Foundation for us. And I'm going to say Ghana for Damasi because I no member for the whole Ghana.
Crossing the Volta Lake, the team moved into Donkokrom, a small town in the Afram Plains of the Kwahu North District. At Donkokrom Agrek Senior High School, Mr. Williams Kwedo, the Assistant Headmaster Administration, was concerned about the welfare of the students.
More often than not, we get students that are with lower grades. It's not because they don't like the school, they would like to experience life outside the place. And because of the river, we don't often get students coming from other areas. And fortunately, not quite long, we get in contact with Beige Foundation, who wrote official letter to us that they would like to appreciate some of our excellent students. And it was a welcoming news, because not many foundation NGOs would like to cross the river all the way to come down. So the first time we met them, we were so happy and overjoyed.
Schools in the eastern region that received awards included St. Rose's Senior High School, Ebri Girls Senior High School, Abetife Presbyterian Junior High School, Amanokrom Junior High School, among others.
Beige Foundation, na yet bonding, TV so, any radio so, as na ye nim the code porte ya waye, kosi se, what buy and slam, now what near betray, near ma waye, a bro young adwin the anti-ancestor.
I feel like it's a privilege to be recognized as an intelligent girl and to be given such an award.
We are very happy that our efforts have been realized. We would like to encourage all girls out there to do their very best so that they too can get this award.
Most of them are academically good, but they have problems. Some are needy, some are single parents. And at times you meet them, they are not happy. They are always worried. But This morning, I have seen 2 students and I can see joy in their faces.
After me, I Cecilia. Maybe so Janita or anyone. I was school presby Budeu. Beige Foundation for a mobile number of Buene. We yes in Yende. No, and then among Gwen. And we near Shia Balada. And then she never year and no. We yes in Yende. None of wasting me what time when see. To set a da and then a boat to tea Allah. And then I know Gwen. I'll be an da and no share no bueno. We yes in Yende. Amen.
I'm very, very happy for the coming of Beige and also for the support they gave us. Both we, the students, our Ds and their parents, stand together and say thank you to Beige for this wonderful gesture.
The Vice-Chancellor of the Koforidua Technical University, Professor Mrs. Mel Jesse, and the management of the school were glad to receive the Beige Foundation. The Vice-Chancellor expressed her delight to have her institution associated with the Youth Excellence League.
We are so happy that our 5 of our students have got opportunity to be awarded by Beige Foundation. They are exceptional students in the various departments. We are happy it's cut across all the various departments. So we are happy that they have benefited from that foundation. And we know that this award will encourage them, will motivate them and inspire them to further heights. And other students will also hear of what Beige Foundation has done, and they work very hard. And it's a big future, a hope for our youth.
I feel great having this award. It tells me that hard work pays a lot. And to my colleagues, I want to tell them that hard work pays.
At Sokode Etoy Junior High School in the Volta region, Juan Setoji shared.
I was in KG2 when my father died, and I was living with my mother and grandfather and my uncle. But at the age of 12 years, when I was in P4, I lost my mother too. So life was not easy at all. My grandmother suffer a lot. She's a petty trader, so she sells those things to take care of me and my two. I have one brother and one sister, so she took care of us. I am so excited to be given this award. I never thought of it, so I'll continue to learn hard, study my books very well, and I'll hope to achieve this in my next stage.
The students expressed their joy and appreciation to the Beige Foundation and assured the team that they will work hard towards becoming prominent persons in future. This is what community leaders, teachers, students, and parents had to say.
Enye jijogan de na mon ton elabe mele tamebu de divio fo suku de deun ake Beige Foundation oba do jijonam ona me pawunse be vinyele suku yigba yingo e joji na mon ton ma oni yira Beige Foundation tolo ma oni yira mi gbogbo de apena mi.
Most of us even never thought of celebrating our children, even as they do well. We thought, so far as we pay school fees for them, it is their duty also to do well because they have to justify why we are paying school fees. But Beige, not knowing us, but we celebrate our child as a kind of motivation.
Got the award. If you had come a week later, the people would have been different.
because there's constant competition.
The Yale beneficiaries shared their career aspirations.
Initiative that is not just centered on celebrating persons of academic pursuits. It also seeks to celebrate persons that are doing recognizable things that are impacting the societies in which they live.
The team also met with Julius Fieve, a recent graduate from the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. He started his voluntary and philanthropic work in 2006 when he was a student at the Sogakokwe Senior High School. He is currently the assembly member of the Mafizongo electoral area.
I am a beneficiary of the Youth Excellence League Award powered by the Beige Foundation. I love working on community projects as well as sustainable development projects. I always want to be at the forefront of solving problems bedeviling people, solving problems bedeviling communities.
He has ability to initiate policies, programs. He has got capacity for innovation. And above all, he has got that innate tendency for mobilization.
Okay.
So he is able to mobilize the community to do communal labor in Athens.
I manage to work with civil society for government to come in and provide amenities that the community needs. I would like to encourage the young individuals aspiring to be leaders to see leadership as a profitable social venture where you put your life before people, where you are in a position to actually solve problems for society. The Youth Excellence League Award is a good initiative. It will motivate a lot of young students and a lot of young leaders to go the extra mile and achieve extraordinary things for themselves, for their communities, for Ghana and the world.
The Youth Excellence League is committed to its mission of empowering young talents and promoting excellence.
To all the youth out there, learn hard, excel in whatever you do, and of course, let the sky be your stepping stone.
You would want youth in the country to identify ideals that they would want to aspire towards. I think one of the things youth should be trained to aspire for is excellence. We like to keep the mantra, excellence is fashionable.
Excellence is fashionable.
Excellence is fashionable.
Excellence is fashionable.
Excellence is fashionable. Yeah.
Ago. Ago. Oh, is it because we're corporates? That's why I cannot say ago. You fear. But a very warm afternoon to you, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the future. The future is a Beige Bank. To God be the glory, is finally here. I believe a resounding round of applause is in order. My heart is filled with joy as I welcome you, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, to this official commissioning of this building and the launch of the Beige Bank. My name is Jerry Ajololo, and in a very short while, we shall undertake this exercise in full throttle. Allow me to show you around this new venue. This is home, the future of banking. For those of you who might need the restroom, please beckon any of our ushers. We've provided restrooms at the back and to the rear of this building. Additionally, for the course of this program, ladies and gentlemen, I'll plead that we restrict movements once we begin. It will last no more than 1.5 hours. I promise you that. And I will also entreat that we place our phones on silent to avoid any interferences. Should anything at all be a bother, please draw my attention to it, and I'll be glad to kiss that problem away. While we wait, I'll hand you over to our very delightful Asafo troupe as they treat you to some very delectable cultural performances. Once again, you're welcome. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please rise for our guest of honor, the Governor of the Bank of Ghana and his deputy. And while remaining standing, let's invoke the blessing of God as we undertake this great exercise by inviting from the Grace Presbyterian Church in Kropong, the Reverend Abua Fair.
Prayer. Father God, we thank you so much for this wonderful beginning. Prepare for something special for the nation Ghana. Thank you so much, Father. As we start, we pray for your favor to be with each and every one of us, and the favor to be with the bank, and the favor to be with the country, and favor to be with the African. Thank you so much. We're asking for nothing but your protection for the workers, for the management, and everybody. We're asking, Father, that you continue to provide enough and abundant resources. Even you provide good workers and provide good customers and clients and good partners to this wonderful organization. Thank you so much for this afternoon. May your presence continue to be with us till we finish and we say, thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus. Amen.
You may please be seated, and many thanks to you, the Reverend Abua Fair of the Grace Presbyterian Church, Ikropong. Time check is exactly 5 minutes to the hour 4, and certainly we're far ahead of the time because we're in comfortable lead. And that's how I like to say good afternoon to you, our guest of honor, the Governor of the Bank of Ghana, and your deputy, chief executives and directors of government ministries, departments, and agencies, captains of industry, the board of the Beige Group and subsidiaries, our esteemed customers and shareholders, management and staff of the Beige Bank, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the future of banking, the launch of the Beige Bank. I am, by the grace of God, Jerry Ajololo, a proud member of this family, and it gives me so much joy to welcome you to this very momentous day in history. Many years ago, a young man asked his father-in-law to be the best advice he could give him upon entering marriage. He just gave him a simple one. His marriage rests on respect. Respect is like a ponytail. You don't force it. Ladies and gentlemen, that old man happens to be my father-in-law, the legendary Apia Menka, and I happen to be that very worthy son who inherited his granddaughter. But just like that story, today we behold a very amazing Ghanaian story, one that speaks to integrity, respect, and self-belief. I'm talking about this great house of ours, which has grown with wisdom as its pillar and understanding as its bedrock. Please put your hands together and let's celebrate this great Ghanaian story, the Beige Bank. But this afternoon, our joy is made complete because we are blessed to have in our midst the Governor of the Bank of Ghana as our special guest of honor. It gives me great joy to formally acknowledge and introduce to you Dr. Kwamina Yedu Addison. It's great to see you, sir. Also in the company of the Governor of the Bank of Ghana is his deputy. Please say a big hello to Dr. Maxwell Opoku-Afari, the first Deputy Governor of the bank. With us this afternoon is a man who we've respected over the years because he's provided wisdom and direction for this great group and for this company especially. Ladies and gentlemen, he is our board chair, Mr. Kofi Otutu Edu Labe. We thank you, sir, for being with us. And in a short while, I'll be giving to you the face of this bank. But let me just walk you through this program. Honorable special guest of honor, a peep through the program reveals a very short outline with as many as just 3 very short remarks culminating in your keynote address. Thereafter, we shall proceed to take a momentous picture right in front of that backdrop and proceed to unlock the keys of opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't want to miss that at all, and I promise all this will happen in exactly 1 hour, 30 minutes. Let's set the tone of this event aright by taking a word of welcome. It gives me great joy to invite up here the board chair of the Beige Bank. Please make welcome Mr. Kofi Otutu Edu Labe.
Thank you very much. The Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Ernest Addison, Dr. Maxwell Opoku-Ferry, First Deputy Governor, Mr. Emmanuel Esiedumanti, former First Deputy Governor, Nananom, representatives of the banking institutions, Liokwe Dowona, the Sixth Osumanche, industry players, our customers and well-wishers who have joined us at this function. I want you to know how happy we are and how proud we are that you are here with us. What we are about to witness is a significant milestone in the annals of banking in Ghana. Dr. Agri of Africa would have said, note everything that is being written. Note everything that is happening because history is being written. We are here for the launch of the Beige Bank, TBB, the newest entrant to the universal banking fraternity. From very humble origins, just under 10 years ago, Beige Capital, now the Beige Bank, has gone through an evolution which has culminated in now being deemed worthy to join the Premier League of the banking sector in Ghana. We have not reached where we are by accident, happenstance, or coincidence. It has been the result of vision, focus, sacrifice, and perseverance. Indeed, it has been determination in the face of overwhelming odds. And at this juncture, let me commend Michael Kwadwo Nyeneku, the Chief Executive Officer and the Managing Director of this institution, through whose vision and fortitude the seed was planted and has blossomed into what we are seeing today. But Mr. Governor, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this is only the beginning. There are many, many rivers to cross. We are not taking anything for granted. We are determined to make a unique impact in the banking space of Ghana. We believe in financial inclusion and see that as a goal worth pursuing of all the arsenals at our disposal. In this connection, our direct sales and micro banking products in particular are geared towards bringing into our fold the unbanked and the underbanked. Let them come in. It's our clarion call to all our staff. There is room for all, after all. Let them come in. A warm welcome awaits you. We want to hold your hands and grow with you. We identify with your aspirations and we look forward to sharing your joys as we help nurture you from small beginnings into significance. Ladies and gentlemen, our vision is to build a solid, robust, and reputable banking giant which is relevant and responsive to the needs and aspirations of our customers. And this we hope to achieve with our dedicated workforce and the support of our customers. We want to be the bank of choice and preferred financial services provider in the SMC space in this country. The delivery channels have been and will continue to be targeted staff training and development, enhanced work processes, secure systems, premises and service delivery backed by appropriate risk management and corporate governance structures. Our new status as a universal bank challenges us to do more to serve our customers better. And we are persuaded that through hard work, perseverance, and faith in God, we can live our dreams. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, permit me to quote Sir Winston Churchill, who said that the price of greatness is responsibility. Let me repeat, the price of greatness is responsibility. And I could not agree with him more. It is time for each of us to take responsibility for ourselves and for all the spheres of our lives, so to speak. And in this connection, we need to make the investments and the sacrifices that will ensure that we reap the right dividends. We need to appreciate the importance of the right work ethic. Let each of us, therefore, take responsibility for making a difference and the impact that we all require in our little worlds. I believe that this sums up what we've set out to do at the Beige Bank. Mr. Governor, we are very grateful to you and your able team at the Bank of Ghana for your support and even hand-holding on occasion. These have contributed in no small way to where we are today. Please do not hesitate to call us to order whenever you see us stepping out of line, so that we straighten our paths immediately. Our members of staff, I must say, have been truly supportive and loyal, and our customers have been equally supportive and loyal, believing in us, even when we have looked like minions in the industry. Before I take my seat, I want us to realize that we are emboldened at the Beige Bank to press on, and press on we will. That's
your evolution, your journey, but most importantly, spelling out your key performance indicators going forward. We trust God that under your leadership, the bank will be able to achieve all these indicators. The Governor of the Bank of Ghana, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this afternoon, I beg your pardon, we're joined here by a representative of the Osu Manche and the President of the Osu Traditional Council. It gives me great joy to welcome the Osu Alata Manche and the Vice President of the Osu Traditional Council, His Royal Majesty Ni Kwabena Boni VI. Welcome you, Ni, together with your Council of Elders. And so today we behold a story, one of growth, incremental growth, but most importantly, organic growth. But how did this all begin? For the next few minutes, please lend your attention to the screen as we showcase to you our beautiful story.
The founders of Beige started out with one clear intent: to build from out of Ghana a financial services provider of world-class standards and also of Ghanaian ownership. In 2008, the company commenced operations as a microfinance institution named Beige Capital Limited.
Medina Market Office is officially open.
In 2012, after 4 years as an MFI, the institution transitioned into a savings and loans company. The institution's name was changed to Beige Capital Savings and Loan. The story of Beige. The founders of Beige started out with one clear intent: to build from out of Ghana a financial services provider of world-class standards and also of Ghanaian ownership. In 2008, the company commenced operations as a microfinance institution named Beige Capital Limited.
Medina Market Office is officially open.
In 2012, after 4 years as an MFI, the institution transitioned into a savings and loans company. The institution's name was changed to Beige Capital Savings and Loan. The story of Beige has not been without challenges. The company has survived many turbulent times. Jane Esuman, Jonathan Sam, and David Sobojo were among the founding members.
Being in Beige gives everybody the opportunity, the first-hand opportunity from even school, to know what goes on in the banking industry.
Between 2014 and 2016, Beige Capital Savings and Loans was a leading savings and loans company in Ghana. The Beige Bank, and we would like to thank all who have played a part in this. We still want to grow with you.
Our intention, when all is done, is to build a world-class financial services provider of Ghanaian origin, Poko Apoko.
Hello? Thank you. Thank you very much. Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Ernest Addison. Vice Deputy Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Maxwell Opoku-Afari, Imeng, former governors of the Central Bank, directors of Beige, captains of industry, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, my childhood friends at the back, Mami Ajua, my daughter, Irabna, my daughter, good afternoon. And Team Beige, what we've been waiting for is here. Finally, it's about to go down. I thank you all sincerely for marking today with us. It's a momentous occasion for us at Beige, a day my dear mom would never forget, and a humbling afternoon for me as the leader of Team Beige. It's my mom's birthday today. And dear Governor, she put a request before me when she heard you would be in attendance. My mom says that in all her life, as a former banker with the Bank for Housing and Construction, this afternoon is the closest she's ever come to a governor. And the greatest birthday present I can offer her is a photo with the governor. So, sir, before you leave, please sort me out on this one. This afternoon, I hope to share 3 things with you. The story of Beige, my take on recent events happening in the industry, finally, my thoughts about the future. The story of Beige began in 2008. We commenced operations with a stated capital of 1 million Ghana cedis, and our hopes at the time were that we would be considered for a savings and loans license, as then most of the SNLs at the time had the same level of capital. Our application was turned down by the BOG on the grounds that unlike existing players who had been given time to build up their capital, we as new entrants had to cough up the entire 7 million required at once. So we had to first operate as an MFI, as a microfinance institution, until 2012, when we successfully upgraded as a savings and loans company. My memories of our first 2 years as a savings and loans company sometimes make me emotional. I recall that for a period of about 2 years, I withheld salary increments just to ensure that our expenditure was under control. During that period particularly, I faced the stiffest of rejection from my team, and staff turnover was at its peak. I recall that on some occasions I had to visit selected key staff at odd hours to appeal to them to believe with me. And for this, I proudly would want to mention Dauda Hafizdean, Louisa Lai, Jonathan Sam, David Sobojo, Alex Opoku, Peter Jomo, Jane Esuman, Nanefia, and our first board members, Dr. Theophilos Adomako and Aaron Opoku Wahene. For the sacrifices that you guys made for me and Beige, I invoke the favor of heaven upon you and your families. God bless you. I'd like to extend our most profound appreciation to the Central Bank, particularly the team at the Banking Supervision Department, who have handheld us up to this point. God bless you too. And to our die-hard customers, words won't be enough to show how much we appreciate you. God bless you too. And to all of you who have in diverse ways supported us materially, physically, emotionally, and all, God bless you too. Ladies and gentlemen, when we started Beige, our strategic intents were that within 10 years, we would have laid a foundation for what would become not just a bank, but a universal financial services provider. And in 15 years, that financial services provider should have a world-class appeal. Today, we're lucky to have a bank. Already we have an asset manager, a life insurance company, a health insurance company, and a pension funds manager. All our subsidiaries combined together with our investee affiliates provide direct employment to 5,000 individuals. So as you can tell, That foundation we've been working at is gradually taking shape. And we're convinced that next year by now, when we will be marking our 10th, if God wills, that foundation will be complete. Thanks to all of you. Amen. We still have loads of issues, so we can't claim to be perfect at all. However, we are bold to say we are a very willing to learn group that hopes to get better with age. Dear Governor, a lot has happened since September 8th when the new minimum capital was announced. The timing of that announcement, coupled with the events 3 weeks prior to that, have significantly impacted on confidence in our local institutions. What's most disturbing about this is the seemingly uninformed speculation about what could befall institutions that are unable to meet this requirement. This has resulted in a drastic flight of deposits from local to other institutions, a situation which is gradually raising the cost of deposit acquisition despite the gradual reduction of the prime rate. If this trend continues, financial performance and ultimately shareholder reserve positions would be negatively affected, and in the end, shareholder positions would also decline. I pray that this forecast would not materialize because it would further weaken the bargaining capacity of local banks as we go to the market in search for capital. My take is a bit more clarity from the central bank on the future of local institutions would do a lot to inform the public. My life has become a bouquet of experiences and favor. In this small crowd are people whom I owe debts of gratitude for a variety of reasons. Some for my university entrance fees, my first job, my first deposit client, and even the lady that handed me my first broken heart. People are looking around. I know, I won't tell. But beyond the people gathered here are some 3 persons who have impacted my life tremendously, without they themselves knowing. They are Mr. Okine, Ken Oforiata, and Edward Efa. I was a 9-year-old class 5 pupil when I met Mr. Okine. He worked at the Tudu branch of the defunct Bank for Housing and Construction. Together with my mom, his office was on the 1st floor. A fine-looking man he was, highly respected at the office. And on his table was this green nameplate which had the inscription, accountant, on it. I didn't know what accountant meant at the time. And what freaked me most about him was he wore his watch on the right. Anytime I closed from school and went to wait for my mom at her office, I made sure I find my way to see my idol. So, Mama, it should no longer be a mystery to you why I've always wanted to be an accountant and why I wear my watch where I do. My mom is seated by 2 women that I'd like to acknowledge today. The 3 mamas in my life. The mama that gave birth to me, the mama that gave me the opportunity to further my tertiary education, Mrs. Gifty Afenyidazi, and then the mama that taught me how to be a man in my last year in school, who handheld me to get my first job at Deloitte & Touche, Mrs. Teresa Adamvo. May Mr. Okine's soul rest in peace for now. If you're my age or thereabouts, then it's impossible to miss Ken Oforiata, because we idolize and still do idolize Databank. But Edward Efa I met because I worked with Deloitte & Touche, and on a few occasions was assigned to audit Fidelity Discount House. He was in a white shirt, and his office was positioned such that at the swing of a head, he could see everything happening on the shop floor. And gosh, I so admired him and how his office was conducted. So when I set up my first office, that's the Beige office at Adenta, I positioned my office such that I could see everyone on the shop floor. Anytime I get the opportunity to honor these seniors, for a reason. Anytime I get opportunity, I like to honor these seniors for a reason. By remaining resolute in their endeavors, they have fueled the aspirations of many others. My generation has started doing things, not because we are smarter, but because these seniors dared first and they flattened the barriers. I recount these stories just to emphasize the impact of role modeling in our society. Over the last decade, a lot has happened in entrepreneurship in financial services in Ghana. Banks have emerged out of the blue, obviously inspired by the extent to which the Nigerian invasion, coupled with the Togolese aggression, disrupted our markets. It is true that not all the banks that emerged during this period have made it, but it is also true that others have outdone the milestones set by their predecessors. When we founded Beige, we were inspired by the exploits of the then CEO of DataBank and Fidelity. Thus, we caused a disruption in the microfinance market by following their footsteps. Today, 9 years later, several other institutions have also traced the path of Beige and are creating their own territories. These include direct savings and loans, which, sir, you gracefully launched at Movenpick a few months ago. I believe that 10 years from today, if nation building is to be sustained, those ahead of Beige should move into international boundaries. Beige should cover the nation. Direct savings and their colleagues should be market leaders so that another opportunity will be created for a new entrant. Yours truly schooled at Presec. I know there are some Koboche boys here, some are on my right. The only school in Ghana is Presec because I have the microphone. Some of our board members will strangle me after this. I see the Accra Academy people. Anyway, one of my fondest memories in our time at Presec was how we chanted in support of a 100x4 relay team anytime we participated in the inter-schools athletics competition, famously called Intako. I'm sure you're all familiar with the 100x4 relay race. My friends at the back would debate this, but because I have the microphone, I'm keen. Relay teams normally would comprise top sprinters. And for a particular season, our relay team was arranged in an awkward order. The second best would start the race, passes on the baton to the fourth best, who passes on the baton to the best of them all, who finally hands it over to the third best. It was a strange order because one would have thought that they should be arranged in order of the least to the best. So out of curiosity, I asked Mr. Boybadu, our PE instructor at the time when I met him just recently, why he arranged the team like that. And here's what he said. I needed to put the last man in a position of advantage. So tactically, I start with the second best, whose objective in the race is to try to give us a lead or at least hold our place. When he passes it on to the second person, who in this case is the fourth best, that person's objective is to at least do his best to watch over what has been handed over to him. When the baton gets to the third runner, who is our best, his objective is to recover from all our losses, establish a lead for us, and then achieve a third objective, which is a secret. It's a do or die lap, he said, and the performance of that person in the third lap would normally determine the outcome of the race. And I remember that guy so well. He was the bow-legged brother called Tom Paxi. You should watch the whole team of blue-shirted Presec boys rise up chanting in the stands as we watch Tom Paxi skillfully navigate that curve. And here comes the part that even struck me most. I noticed that our last guy doesn't wait for Tom Paxi to get to him, but rather starts running even before Paxi gets there. Thus, really, Paxi would have done more than 100 meters of sprinting. So by the time our last guy receives the baton, he can only fly to the finish line. So I further asked Mr. Boybadu, Why did Paxi have to do more than 100 meters in that lab? And he said, that was my secret. Besides establishing the lead for PRESEC, Paxi's third mandate was to put his successor in a position of advantage. Thus, when Paxi fails, we know the race is lost. The moral of the relay race brings into sharp focus the essence of generational planning or succession planning in nation building. I believe that in this art of nation building, not only do the economic growth indicators matter, but also the psychological motivation of the people must be looked at. Interestingly, sir, Honorable Ken Ofori-Atta, past governors, including all my seniors gathered here, and your contemporaries are the Tom Paxis for me and my generation. It is for this reason that I'd like to draw your attention to the potential challenges that could face banks of Ghanaian ownership if the modalities of the recent capital increase are not relooked at. We stand the risk of literally gifting the absolute control of our financial services sector, the gateway to every economy, to foreigners in the interest of economic development. And for the life of me, I can bet that the original intent of this government would not be to marginalize local participation in the financial services space, the gateway to every economy. Plus, I'm sure that we'll be depending on Ghanaian banks to provide services in particularly the non-urban districts where the one district, one factory initiative would be implemented. It's also dangerous to sort of create a mindset amongst Ghanaians that as for us, we can't do this. And that financial services are a thingy for some people. Psychologically, we will be putting a cap on the mindset of our children and limiting their capabilities. Trust me, today the average Nigerian believes they can conquer the world just because of the exploits of some of their multinational entrepreneurs. Another leader led his people to believe, yes, we can. And the entire world watched in awe as Americans voted into history the first black president. Just recently, another one rode on the wings of, let's make America great again. And lo and behold, another shocking electoral victory occurred. So the psyche of the people is powerful, and we must not underestimate the impact of what we make them believe in. This idea of a Ghana beyond aid that our President Nana Akufo-Addo has been promoting is working. My friends and I have fully bought into it. Yet the truth is, we do not know, we don't have the financial muscle nor the size of balance sheet that would impress you today. But does that mean we should be excluded when our handicap was not caused by us? So I ask again, what type of Ghana will it be? Will it be a Ghana that is owned by foreigners, but with locals playing an insignificant minority role? Or a Ghana that has its citizenry also sitting at table with fairly equal rights? We need to know, because we also will be Tom Paxis for another group that are coming. Ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you on authority that although this generation may not have any financial credentials to show for now, we have a will which, when allowed to prevail, could blow your mind. So please do not shut the door of opportunities on us, because we too believe in this Ghana beyond aid. And when we get there, we do not want to be spectators scrambling for leftovers. Thus, in the exercise of this privilege to govern our people, we must be careful not to amputate them, because their children and your great-grandchildren would inherit the consequences of the decisions we make today. The good book in Proverbs 13:22 says it all. Does anyone here know that some foreign banks have been in Ghana since 1896? Yes. For 121 years, some of the banks have banked my great-great-grandfather, my great-grandfather, my grandfather, my father, myself, and now possibly my children. And each of these banks started with one branch only. I believe that these businesses have transcended the years, not because their founders were too smart or never made mistakes. No, they were fallible. They have lived because the system was not going to allow them to die. Barely 3 weeks ago, most of us viewed keenly the interview granted by our president to Al Jazeera. And in a response to a question related to Trump's pro-America policies, he intimated that it makes sense for Trump to seek the interests of his people first, before that of others. He reiterated similar comments just 2 weeks ago when French President Macron passed through. The president's remarks ignite a sense of confidence in our leadership in me and makes me proud to be Ghanaian. Yet I am afraid that words alone won't get us there if they are not translated into deliberate local content policies. Before I bow, I like to admit that we could not have been here without ruffling a few feathers. Therefore, on this day, I'd like to offer a personal apology on behalf of all of us at Beige to any one of our stakeholders whom we may have offended on our way to this destination. Please pardon us and give us another chance. We're still learning. So my seniors, there's a wind blowing. It's a wind of change. It's a very contagious and stimulating wind. This wind is carrying with it a feeling of hope, self-belief, and somehow an aura of patriotism. Suddenly, people of Ghanaian descent are thinking big and global, in spite of the obvious lack of resources. So let's take advantage of this wind and galvanize Ghanaians into action and endeavor, keeping in mind, however, that many of these entrepreneurial adventures may fail, but I believe that if 1 out of every 10 succeeds, the wheels of prosperity would gradually be turning in our favor, one business at a time. Of what use would our lives on this earth be if we would only spend it witnessing and reading about the successes of others? I have no doubt in my mind that no matter the circumstances, Adepa, Ufia, Uye. I thank you once again, and you're welcome to the Beige Bank.
And one more time, ladies and gentlemen, let's celebrate this fine, illustrious son of the motherland, a true leader, a worthy statesman, a thought leader. And we salute you, our brother and friend, Mr. Mike Ineku. Ladies and gentlemen, he certainly makes true that ancient wisdom of our fathers, that in youth we learn, and in age we understand. A man of understanding, Mr. Mike Ineku. One more time, let's celebrate our leader. We thank you, sir, for those very thought-provoking words, and the last bit, your call to us to support men and women who start ventures, no matter how small. Because you, my friend, are a shining example of the fact that a man's elevation is a source of a people's preservation. Who would have thought that by this little idea you nurtured in your heart and started, our lives could be transformed in such a great way? Ladies and gentlemen, let's celebrate God once more for this great gift, Mr. Michael Ngineko. And so we're streaming live on YouTube and Facebook. We're making a bold statement to the whole world that the best in banking has been born right here in Ghana. It is the Beige Bank. Our story is one which thrives on balance. We work hard and play very hard, and that's why staff attrition and retention is to the barest minimum. Because, ladies and gentlemen, you will see in a short while a group of men and women who, by the day, are banking, and by the evening and intermittently doing their work, find time to sing. Pleasure is now mine to give to you the Beige Choir. deserving of a round of applause. Many thanks to you, Ishwa. And now, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the pleasure is mine now to give to you the real gift of the occasion, the moment we've been waiting for, the keynote address by the Governor of the Bank of Ghana. Please make welcome Dr. Ernest Adeson.
Thank you very much, Mr. MC. The Chairman of the Board of Beige Bank, Mr. Edulabi, First Deputy Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Okufo Barry, Mr. Sedu Mante, former First Deputy Governor of the Bank of Ghana, the representative of the Osumanche, Mr. Gerard, Chief Executive and Management Staff of the Beige Bank, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed a great pleasure to be invited to the launching of the Beige Bank this afternoon. This is truly a landmark occasion for many reasons. The Beige brand is certainly not new in the financial industry. Originally known as the Beige Capital Limited, this company has steadily progressed after starting operations in 2007, licensed as a microfinance institution in 2008. Within 4 years, the company stepped up operations and moved to a savings and loans company in 2012. Now, 5 years later, the journey has consolidated into the launch of the Beige Bank and the Universal Bank. I think deserves an applause for this rapid pace of development. Ladies and gentlemen, at the time of licensing the Beige Bank, it had over 25 business offices through leveraging the branches that existed as an SNL. Had over 2,000 staff and a clientele base of almost 700,000, comprising individuals and small and medium enterprises. We all know the importance of the SME sector, the private sector led up and I must comment Beige creating a niche market in this sector. Ladies and gentlemen, this notwithstanding, Beige is entering into the universal banking space at the time that the banking sector is undergoing a comprehensive reform, including recapitalization and re-strategizing built strong and efficient banks to support a fast-growing economy. As you are aware, this year has presented some challenges to us as supervisors and regulators of the banking industry. Faced with the risk of insolvency of some institutions, the central bank had to take quick measures to safeguard the safety and stability of the financial system. This meant revoking the license of 2 insolvent banks in August in order to ring-fence the effect of the inherent severe undercapitalization from spilling over to the rest of the banking system. As I pointed out at the recent annual dinner of the Chartered Institute of Bankers, the central bank has had reasons to be very concerned about the poor practices in the banking sector. Apart from capital deficiency and weak risk management systems, weak corporate governance structures also contributed to the failure of these banks. Some of the examples of the poor practices, and I would wish that these practices not be attributed to the local bank. And these included co-mingling of the bank's activity with their related holding company, very high executive compensation schemes, non-executive directors of banks who compromise their independence and fiduciary duty, interference by non-executive directors, the day-to-day administration of banks, that weakened management oversight of the executive directors, non-adherence credit management principles, insider and related party deals and transactions, diversion of funds holding companies, their related parties. Inability of the banks to regulate themselves, their past practices of finance houses, which saw them still borrowing from the same high net worth clients at very high cost, without any plan to bring themselves in line with the industry norm. Ladies and gentlemen, by pointing out these facts, I do not seek to inhibit your bank in any way in maximizing its potential. I am, however, seeking to highlight the challenges and the poor practices so that we all learn from as we streamline operations in the banking sector and avoid a repeat of these practices under the current legislation. As a supervisory authority, it is our prime responsibility to ensure that all financial institutions, both new and existing, whether foreign or local, have the adequate capital to match the risk profile of the businesses they undertake. Also, institutions with strong capital bases have the better capacity to assume and manage their risk prudently to protect the soundness of the financial system as a whole. As part of the processes towards reaching the minimum capital within the given time limit, banks were asked to submit feasible recapitalization plans by the end of November 2017. My understanding is that all banks, including the Beige Bank, have submitted their recapitalization plans, which is currently being reviewed by the Banking Supervision Department. The progress of each bank towards compliance will be tracked, and where necessary, Bank of Ghana will provide support to enable compliance within the stipulated time period. Ladies and gentlemen, as the banking sector becomes more diversified, we need strong supervisory regimes that effectively identify threats to the safety, soundness, and stability of the system. As a result, the central bank will begin with the implementation of key pillars of Basel II and III framework for banking supervision next year. These key pillars will together enhance quality of capital and reposition banks to withstand volatilities and unexpected losses associated with operational. The Bank of Ghana will also ensure good corporate governance structures in all banks going forward. We are aware of the myriad of challenges facing the industry in areas such as high non-performing loans, the growth of banks that belong to holding companies, thus complicating operation due to the co-mingling of transactions across various subsidiaries in the holding group. Bank of Ghana, under the bank's XAI Act, is ignited as the mandate to enforce consolidated supervision of financial holding companies. This will be stepped up in the coming year to ensure that we are able to quickly assess and mitigate spillover and spillback risk within the holding company. We are aware that banks are now driven by the surge of synergy, the desire to provide customers with the full spectrum of financial services, including capital markets and insurance products and services, under one umbrella, in addition to the increased cross-border and cross-pillar provision of financial services. The need to reinforce our supervisory approach to identify and assess the group-wide risk, which is incorporated in ongoing supervisory work in compliance with the Basel IV principles of effective banking supervision, will be enforced. Ladies and gentlemen, to rationalize the banking system, to ensure efficiency, we are not going to license, or we are considering not to license any new bank, savings and loan, or microfinance institutions during the next year as we implement the recapitalization of plans of the existing banks. We should not allow potentially insolvent banks entered the industry. We need to manage entry to ensure that down the line, we do not have to then manage exits as we did this year. This will help us to ensure solvency and stability in the banking system. At the end of the reform process, Bank of Ghana will introduce a new licensing regime that will align with the overall financial sector landscape to deliver a strong, solid, well-capitalized and geographically diverse financial landscape that is well positioned for the government's transformational agenda. Ladies and gentlemen, Ghana is emerging out of a period of slow growth, attributed to challenging domestic and external conditions, large twin deficits, both fiscal and current account, which have all badly impacted the financial sector. These developments were compounded by the energy crisis, disruptions in oil production, resulting in significant deterioration in economic growth that impacted the banking sector. For the past 11 months, government policies have started yielding some positive results. Inflation has steadily declined, gradually trending towards the medium-term inflation target. Foreign exchange market is relatively stable, supported by improved liquidity conditions, and economic growth gradually rebounded, supported by significant improvement in electricity supply, increased rural production, and government policy initiatives to boost agriculture and manufacturing. In line with the improving trends, Bank of Ghana's Monetary Policy Committee has cumulatively lowered the monetary policy rate by 550 basis points this year, 20%. As banks clean up their balance sheet, we expect that lending rate will gradually realign with the downward trend in the policy rate. With the macroeconomic fundamentals improving, we believe that banks will be in a good stead to step up financial intermediation, support growth, and job creation. Beige Bank is one of those banks that have been in the pipeline and has currently met all the requirements for it to operate as a full-fledged universal bank. I would like to issue this clarion call to the Beige Bank and all other banks, especially the local banks. Let us not lose sight of the privilege that we have been given. Trust goes on us to manage depositors' funds with integrity as one of the core values of the Beige Bank. I believe that we will work hard to ensure strict adherence to good practices in the years ahead. Close my remarks, ladies and gentlemen. Let me congratulate the board and management of Beige Bank for making this event possible. We welcome Beige Bank and trust that they will make a very important contribution to the growth of the financial industry in Ghana. I wish them every success. Thank you very much for your attention.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, the Governor of the Bank of Ghana, our guest of honor, Dr. Ernest Yedu Addison. We thank you, sir, for those very warm thoughts and your assurance to keep us on our toes, but most especially ensuring that we manage clients' funds very efficiently. As you can rest, because integrity, respect, and self-belief certainly are important. In a nutshell, what we are trying to say is that I'm taking over, not taking over. And so, Honorable Governor, our board chair, ladies and gentlemen, this is what we'd like to say thanks to everyone who made this possible. To do that very well for us, it gives me pleasure to invite our Chief Risk Officer, Beige Bank, Mrs. Louisa Lai.
evening, ladies and gentlemen. After a beautiful event such as this, it is only proper that we acknowledge the Lord, who first of all gave life and meaning to this gathering. We would also further acknowledge and appreciate the presence of the Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Addison, and his deputy, who steered the affairs of the regulator, under which the Beige Bank identifies its mandate. As sincere gratitude goes to the Paramount Chief of KOSU, Ni Oke in Kanjawona the Sixth, Manche Wandawuchi. The former governors of the Bank of Ghana, we see you as well and we say thank you. Enormous appreciation goes to the chairman of the board of the Beige Bank, Mr. Kofi Kutudelabi, his colleague board members, Professor Stephen Adair, former rector of the GIMPA, and the chairman of the Beige Group also.
And let's hear it up for them as they take their place by the back door. So take the photograph and then proceed, open the door, and endless possibilities for the Beige Bank. And ladies and gentlemen, how about a round of applause for the beloved mother of our MD and CEO. Oh, is that all you can do, ladies and gentlemen? And so the first photograph will be taken by the governor . And so now pleasure is mine to invite to join the governor, his deputy, our CEO and the board chair, Your Royal Majesty, Ni Kwapnaponi V, together with your Council of Elders, and all our board members. Okay, Asafo Company, please bring it down. Thank you very much. Cultural Troop, thank you very much. And now, ladies and gentlemen, to take their place right in front of the door of opportunities, please welcome our guest of honor, the Governor of the Bank of Ghana and his deputy, together with our CEO, the board chair, and Royal Majesty Osumanche, here represented by Nipa Naponi V. Wow, bring it down. Thank you. And so before we unlock the door of opportunities, ladies and gentlemen, pleasure is mine to invite to officially consecrate this building for the use of the Beige Bank, the Reverend Apua Ofe.
Over my to me and my prayer team.
Door keys to the doors of opportunity. And this is what we say, to God be the glory. Hey! To God. our guest of honor, together with the official party consisting of our CEO, the board, and executive management, will take a tour first, after which we shall all be led in sections to take our tour. Ladies and gentlemen, shall we please be seated? And so, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, there you have it, a live feed of the tour currently on display on the screen. And in a short while, we shall all have our turn. Right after the tour, ladies and gentlemen, we shall all congregate at this spot where we're going to do the last bit. It is the putting of the golf sticks, and to score those goals into the future. And so, ladies and gentlemen, all is now clear for the second party to move and take their tour. Respectfully, I ask that second party take a tour. Shall take 20 individuals for now. First 20, please. You may please proceed for your tour. Wow, give us some music. Let's liven the place up. It's a party.
Then take them. I've got all the dogs. No, you can take them.
Ladies and gentlemen, as a way of saying thank you, we have enough to drink, enough to eat, and as we complete the narrative, stay with us and let's celebrate this great, amazing Ghanaian story. celebration that is befitting the officer's name unto us is born a great Kenyan story. The best in banking is here. Beige Bank, premise on integrity, respect, and self-belief. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a celebration, one and all.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's official. The best in banking is here. It is the Beige Bank. And ladies and gentlemen, I want us to do something very commemorative on a day like this. Do you all have your phones here? Oh, ladies and gentlemen, do you all have your phones here? Respectfully, I ask that we make our way into the center, right here. We have a big display to show you. Please, everybody, let's see you in the center, right here. Respectfully, I invite our CEO, our MD, together with our board chair, to please take their place in front here. Let's do something very momentous. And our group board chair, please join us. Our group board chair, please. Oh, Beige Bank, sorry, forgive me, sir. Okay, let's have our board chair. Professor Stephen Ade, respectfully, I invite you to join. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody, let's see you around here at the back. Let's let our back face the edifice. Everybody, please, join us in a show of solidarity. So please, we need your backs facing the Beige Bank. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to capture this moment and send a clarion call to the world. Yes. But you have not taken a selfie in your life. Today, where is your phone? Daddy, where is your phone? Unless it's a yam. But Daddy, if your phone is not a yam, I dare you to produce it. Okay, so let me respectfully invite our board members to please join our CEO and our board chair in a big show of solidarity. Our board members. Ladies and gentlemen, Professor Stephen Ade is joining us. And so our CEO, I want you to group them and take one big groupie. Prof, we need you. Prof, you've never taken a selfie before. Yes, I dare you. Prof, show us how to do it. Prof, take your... And so, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do something very simple. Everybody, please take out your phones. And when I say the Beige Bank Ghana, all you're going to say and snap is that I am with Beige. Are we ready? Oh, we're going to send this message to the whole wide world. Are we ready? Please turn on your phones, turn it on yourself. It's the biggest selfie ever. Okay, so please let the Beige Bank show in the background. Are we ready? And so the Beige Bank, the Beige Bank, the Beige Bank. All right, and so it's the hashtag, the Beige Bank, and please send that message to the world that I am with Beige. Mr. DJ, let's have a party right about now. Kwa DJ, let's let it go. Take as many selfies as possible with our CEO, with our board chair, with the entire board.
Na eba no sen no do pe na mi nyede ya edruboni na mi numwana anase mi kosha konfo se obi do wa huana na ini e wuki kanu na mi tio ayre chichire mi do unimse if you only power
Ladies and gentlemen, it's selfie time. Our CEO is on hand. The board chair is on hand. And this is why I invite the entire management and staff. Let's take one big one together. The Beige selfie.
And I'm also Nasafi NS Ekimia Afena Oko no way Ode Paya Ajiwonwa Yen friend no pai wo Semafumu wa kachemio Na mimpa ucha nenye se yeja yo Hey, hey.
Last Saturday night, cause I was feeling kind of lonely. The music was swinging and the feeling was so right, and everybody seemed so happy. Staggering on asphalt, this little beautiful daughter, the way she moved got me crazy. So I said to her, If you wanna rock with me, come
sheka cry. Me deep me odo. Odo you my aminayo. Oh yeah, me dish ya me ni one grunty. Media hini man ebe kushiano. Odo you ni na ichi abosia. Odo my aminayo. I no so ye bebre. Odo be my way mwe. Unim said they are crunching from they are crunching from him. Oh, my wretched chief way. Rabe kuma come here. Na kuma kasa. Yetienu akumela. Mother, for a water de come on.
A customer is the most important person on our premises.
There are ideas that are revolutionary.
At the Beige Foundation, one of our core pillars is support for the needy and vulnerable.
I love Beige because it gives you good customer service.
Congratulations, the Beige